Hearts can't be broken because they're made of marzipan. The gods are fond of the cryptic and dislike the evident. It is an acceptance of being uncomfortable that drives change. At some point, we all look up and realize that we are lost in a maze. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. That it will never come again is what makes life so sweet. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. A lion chased me up a tree, and I greatly enjoyed the view from the top. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. If it is to your advantage, make a forward move. If not, stay where you are. Over time, hidden truths morph in the dark soil of deceit into something much worse. The most wasted of all days is one without laughter. Stay quiet about your goals. Soon your results will do all the talking. Positive expectations are the mark of the superior personality. The road to success is dotted with many tempting parking spaces. The truth is the kindest thing we can give folks in the end. He who knows his enemy and himself well will not be defeated easily. The consequences of every act are included in the act itself. If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. The greatest step towards a life of simplicity is to learn to let go. You must take life the way it comes at you and make the best of it. But every difference of opinion is not a difference of principle. If the world is against the truth, then I am against the world. Life is not about living the safer option. Life is about living a life worth living. You see me walking away. I see myself walking towards greatness. Like the sun and moon, they end but to begin anew. Like the 4 seasons, they pass away to return once more. In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks. All things one has forgotten scream for help in dreams. Convictions are more dangerous foes of truth than lies. Fix your mind on truth. Hold firm to virtue. Rely on loving kindness, and find your recreation in the arts. Don't tie your success to anything other than what's inside you. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. Have enough courage to start and enough heart to finish. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. There is no such thing as a great talent without great willpower. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Be grateful for what you already have while you pursue what you want. It is better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep. I was never aware of any other option but to question everything. To have a human form of a joyful thing, but in the universe of possible forms, there are others just as good. The most important thing about a technology is how it changes people. If you have the guts to be yourself, other people will pay your price. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. Your vision will be blurry, but it will grow clear with time. If at first you don't succeed, destroy all evidence that you tried. Freedom is the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. Apparent confusion is a product of good order, apparent cowardice of courage, apparent weakness of strength. There's no greater show on earth than observing human nature. If you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day. A frog in a well cannot conceive of the ocean. Make visible what, without you, might perhaps never have been seen. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. A kingdom that has once been destroyed can never come again into being, nor can the dead ever be brought back to life. Genius is measured not by static volume, but by kinetic vision. It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters. Truth is neither objectivity nor the balanced view. Truth is a selfless subjectivity. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. It is man's natural sickness to believe that he possesses the truth. Never worry a bit in life. Always be full of merriment. Watching my back is the perfect opportunity to stick a knife in it. Great men are like eagles and build their nest on some lofty solitude. Unless you enter the tiger's lair, you cannot get hold of the tiger's cubs. If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. The longer we dwell on our misfortunes, the greater is their power to harm us. Cleverness isn't always true, nor is the truth always clever. Falling down is an accident. Staying down is a choice. It is much easier to be brave if you do not know everything. Enchantment lies in everyday moments if you are observant. Man is no longer an artist. He has become a work of art. Power is not revealed by striking hard or often, but by striking true. Never get bitter. Life is a medley of good and bad ingredients. It was easier to ask for forgiveness than it was to get permission. Remember to be kind with your words, especially to yourself. Always be friendly, always be kind, like the most beautiful flower that you can find. I've never had anyone's approval, so I've learned to live without it. To go outside what your charge was and to try to solve everything yourself is dangerous. When envoys are sent with compliments in their mouths, it is a sign that the enemy wishes for a truce. The expert in anything was once a beginner. I'd rather be an optimist and a fool than a pessimist, and right. He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. Everything has its beauty, but not everyone sees it. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. The job of feats is walking, but the hobby is dancing. Between living and dreaming, there is a third thing. Guess it. Take care with the end as you do with the beginning. Without deviation from the norm, progress is not possible. People ought to fight to keep their law as to defend the city's walls. There's more to logic than identifying logical fallacies. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. I do maintain that if your hair is wrong, your entire life is wrong. The way to screw up somebody's life is to give them what they want. Words offer meaning. When you've got the meaning, you can forget the words. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. Feeling guilty does not set us free. Being equipped sets us free. Build your opponent a golden bridge to retreat across. To forget the whole world is easy. To make the whole world forget you is hard. If you're treated like a puppet, find a new ball of string